Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you and your family members are doing good because that is the most important thing, and for rest we are here to talk. So we were following our pattern wise DSA sheet, and in this we were doing strings topic, and today we will start another pattern called sliding window. Why string only has two patterns called two pointer and sliding window, that we have already discussed in the pattern wise video of string. If you have not watched that out, I'll add the link somewhere here, you can check that out. And now let's start the sliding window pattern. First question, which is find all anagrams in a string. So let's read the problem statement. Problem simply says that we will be given two strings called S and P, and we have to return an array of all the start indices of anagrams. But let's see what are anagrams. So here, suppose we have been given a string called ABC. Okay, so anagram means you can say the arrangement, or you can say the permutation of that number or that string. So ABC is the real string. So BCA, BAC, ACB, ABC, then CAB and CBC. All strings are the anagram only of ABC. So in the string, okay, for this P which has been given, so we have to find the anagram of ABC in this string, and we have to return the first or start indices of that anagram. So here if you see, the first starting indices called I is equal to 0. So CBA is the anagram of ABC, correct? So in the resultant array we have to mention this 0 index as a result. Now based on the indices 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, correct? If you see this here, BAC is also an anagram of ABC. So hence we have to mention the first index of this anagram as well in the resultant array, and that will be 6. So hence this 0 and 6 is our final answer, and that's what we are supposed to return. So let's read the constraint first, because you know we always read the constraint. That helps us to optimize the code and select which pattern to apply. So here you can see s.length and p.length both can be from 1 and range till 3 across 10 power 4. Okay, why this important? Because if the question says n can go till 3 into 10 power 4, okay, and you know beyond 10 power 8, like 2 cross 10 power 8 or 3 cross 10 power 8 or 4, sometimes 5 also works if our logic is very simple. But beyond that, 7 cross 10 power 8, 8 cross 10 power 8, 9 cross 10 power 8 and so on give us TLE. So in this case, if n is 3 cross 10 power 4, definitely if we are thinking for any brute force code, and if that code ranges for n square, n cube, even for n square it will become 9 into 10 power 8, correct? 3, like when you multiply this double time, then it will become 9 cross 10 power 8, and definitely this will give us TLE. Even the logic is very simple, still it will give us TLE, and hence we need to optimize that. But before that, let's see the brute force approach. Okay, so we know the anagram definition. So for the brute force approach, what is the length of this ABC? Can I say 3? Okay, so can I say in this string I need the substring of 3 length? Can I say, like first CBA, next time BAE, next time AEB, next time EBA, next time BAB, like this. Okay, so I have got all the substrings of length 3, like equal to P length. Now what is my task? As you know, the order might vary, because the anagram means key character can be present in any order, but for the same length, like ABC 3 length and CBA also 3 length, this length should be same, and every character which are present in P exact number of times should be present in S or substring as well, correct? So basically, don't you think if we will take all the substring of length exactly equal to P, then we have to match this, correct? So how will match that ABC will become equal to CBA? There are two ways. Either we can sort both, so ABC and ABC, then we can match they are equal or not, or else we can save the frequency of this. Like for the P, every character are present for how many times, then we can create a integer array, let's say P array, okay, and in the P array we can say key for that index. Now we want index because in array we need index to store the value, correct? So what we can do, we know characters are 26, correct? So we can save the indices from 0 to 25, saying in this array, if it is A na, then we can take the value considering 0th index and we can save key for A frequency is 1, for B frequency is 1, for C frequency is 1, and rest will be empty. Similarly, as we have created the P array, we will create the S array as well. Similarly, we will make the array. For C, the frequency will be 1, for B frequency will be 1, for A frequency will be 1. And now this array we can match. Yes, if S array matches with P array, then we can say ki yes, I have found the substring as an anagram of the P. And now what I have to save? I have to save the starting point. So basically for that I need to keep a track of ith index, starting index by I pointer. So don't you think if we put I at 0, okay, and adding extra length, means suppose the length is 3, so I plus 3, so till here I will make the substring, I will save the characters frequency in the array or hash map, whatever you like, and then I will compare. If they matches, then I is the point which is nothing but the starting point of the anagram, so that I we can save it. So simple, correct? Yes, it is. So what do you think? You should go with the sorting approach or you should go with the array approach? See, if you want to sort, you are not going to take any extra space complexity, but you are going to take extra time complexity to sort basically n log n. You want to sort for this 3 size always, correct? Yes. Okay. And how many such substrings you can make? You can see n minus k. Why? Because definitely you want to start from 0. So if you are at 0, you can take 0 plus k, means till here. Similarly, if you are at here, you cannot take na. Similarly, if you are second last, you cannot take 3 elements. So basically, I meant to say ki you want to start I is equal to 0 and you can go till third last, correct? N minus k. So basically, n minus k times you will take substrings and that you want to sort, correct? But when you want to sort this, it will take n log k, correct? Log k. Why k? Because anyhow you are sorting always only 3 size, which is nothing but k size. K is nothing but size of p. So hence it will take log k, okay? But when you will not sort this, this extra log k will be removed from here. Now why not n log k will get removed? Because anyhow, like when you will not sort, entire time complexity will get reduced. But to check, like when you will store this in array and then you will map, that will also take your time complexity. So in total, sorting will take extra time complexity and you can save that in your brute force approach. So here is the brute force code which we were discussing. First, we want, like, as we have to return the integer array, storing the starting indexes of the anagram. So that's why we will make an array list called result. Now we want to calculate the length of S and P. P is nothing but K here. Now as said, instead of sorting, which will take extra time complexity, we should go with this array. There we will create a fixed size called 26 because we know that there are 26 characters. Okay. Now we'll make this P count array to store the frequency of characters from P string. Okay, one by one. Similarly, we will do this for S string also, but in S string we will do always for K size, okay, and for every ith index. So definitely if I am at I is equal to 0, I am allowed to take the elements from I is equal to 0 to I plus K minus 1, can I say? And as you know, K minus 1, if we will take, that will be excluded. So we have to add one more extra, so that will become I plus K, okay? Or else you can put ki j less than equal to I minus K minus 1, both are same. So we will start the for loop considering j. J will take care of running the, like taking the substring from ith location to I plus kth location, means for that 3 size, let's suppose. Now one by one I will save this in S count array, okay, its frequency I'll save. After coming outside, this P frequency array should match with S frequency array. If they matches, I can say ki yes, they are actually like a proper anagram of the P string, and hence we have to save the starting index, and starting index we are keeping a track by I, so that I we can save in the resultant array, and at the end we can return. Now what is the time complexity for this? As said, it will be O of n square near around. How? First, the O of k you will take, to fill this array. Okay, if you are thinking ki k can also, like, k is nothing but p dot length. P dot length can also go to 3 into 10 power 4. Let's say 3 into 10 power 4 only. So definitely O of n, this will take. Okay. Now here, if you see, O of, like, we are running this I from this to this. So anyhow, if you see, if your n and k are of near around, like, similar size, okay, suppose 10 power 4, 10 power 4. So in that case, don't you think this for loop will only run for one time, like near around constant only, because there are not so huge difference? Yes. Okay. Now what about this? Definitely J is going to run from I to almost last index. So this is going to take O of n only. So in total, O of n plus O of n means O of 2n, but that is not the worst case. This is still the best case. Why? Because don't think ki taking the larger value will always give me the worst case. No, it does not happen for all the time. Here if you see, when you took k very larger, like similar to n, so definitely this will run for O of n, but this for loop will won't run for that huge number. So hence it will run for near around constant space, like constant time, and line number 18 will definitely run for O of n time. So here in total O of 2n only. Now instead of 10 power 4, let's say we will take 10 power 3, let's say 1000. Okay, so if suppose p is 1000, okay, s cannot be lesser than that, if you know, because we are finding the anagram. So at least s and p should be of equal length, or s should always be greater than p, correct? So let's say s is of 10 power 4 means 10,000 and p is of length 1000. Why I am doing this? To see how to calculate the time complexity with, like, taking different values and seeing best, average and worst case time complexity. Okay, so suppose s is 1000, like 10,000, and p is 1000. So definitely this will take 10 power 3, 1000. Now come here, this line number 15. This is going to run from I is equal to 0 to n minus k. N is, as said, 10,000 and k is 1000. So 10,000 minus 1000, 9,000. So this for loop is going to run for 9,000, correct? So let's say 9,000. Okay, 10 power 3 only, and this for loop run for 1000, 10 power 3. Now line number 18, we are running this j for loop for every I till I to I plus k minus 1. Can I say this loop is running for 1000 again? Because this j loop is running always for k size, na, which is 1000. So now if you will see, this 1000, obviously this will be in plus, but this much is in nested. Let's multiply this. 9 into 10 power 6, can I say 336? Yes. 9 into 10 power 6 is nothing but 10 power 7 only, near around, correct? And this is O of n, like k. So 1000 plus 10, like 9 into 10 power 6. So near around, don't you think it is n square only? Yes. And what is the space complexity? We are taking the array, but the array size is always fixed, which is 26. So hence the space is constant, and time complexity is O of n square, which is far better approach than the previous one where we were sorting it, correct? But still this will be very slow. As said, the time complexity will be near around 10 power 7 or 8. So we can submit this, but it will be slow. See? So how can we optimize this? Let's see what technique we should use here to optimize our code.